You could accept the fact that the city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What means is Old Testament again there. Real wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming out of the sky. Rivers and seas boiling. The fear rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria.
There's so many places that we can start. Is it just me, or did anybody else have a crazy week? No, listen, I know I'm not talking about Tuesday. Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It seems like ever since Tuesday, something has changed. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it is 10:18 here on the 9th day of November in the year 2024. And I'm sure that we will get to all of that here during the course of the show, setting the standard and raising the bar the only way a real award-winning media puppet knows how to do. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning. Want to thank everyone, of course, for joining in the show. We got a whole bunch of people here. Big M, we have C. Townsy, we have Kenzo, we have Deadman, we have Tiny Plastic. I saw a bunch of people here in the chat already. Hope you guys are playing with your action figures and toys. This is the Imagination Hour, the first hour of the show, which is dedicated to imagination, playing and cartoons, all of the magical stuff that Saturday morning represents. Now, of course, yes, I know I'm the most trusted puppet in media, and yes, it has been a very interesting media week, if you know what I mean. In fact, I have probably 4 or 5, I got 6, maybe 6, 7 different newspaper headlines that we will read, not during this hour, no. Listen, so from henceforth, if you will, can we say that? From henceforth, this is what we shall do. The 10 o'clock hour shall be the toy hour, the 10 o'clock toy hour, in which we talk about cartoons, toys, and action figures, cartoons, everything that has to do with nostalgia and all that other jazz. No, listen, no. So the reason why I say that is because here I am, a real award-winning media puppet. There has been news that has been happening. Yes, there is news. Shout out to White Vegeta, who just joined in. But hello, sir, to you. No, listen, I'm telling you right now, it has been an interesting week. And yes, we will go over all of it in terms of the election, the re-election of Donald J. Trump, the winning of the House and the Senate by the Republicans. And I'm just wondering for the next 4 years if everyone's going to just call them Nazis. And of course, that's just, listen, that's a big, well, no, it's not a big ask. They've been doing it already. And of course, what I need to do is I need to ask Sir Philosopher. So the election breakdown, and probably the part of the show where we lose a bunch of listeners because they don't want to hear the facts. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, real quick before I do not vote. Can I just say that right out of the gate? I do not vote. In fact, as an upstanding media journalist, in fact, as the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, if I did vote, you know what that would do? That would compromise my objectivity in the situation. So far be it from me that if I am the most trusted puppet in media, and then out of nowhere, I'm sitting there casting a vote and a ballot, then I cannot be objective. And that's how all journalists should be. That's how they should always think of themselves. I have I have a Manu Action Figures blog. I have Crazy Bones. I have Dolores Haven. Oh, and here, if I messed up your name, listen. The reason why is just the screen's tiny. Can you guys fix the screen so when people come in here, it's like on bigger letters? Yeah, right. You know what should happen. So I have what is Stony Baloney. Stony Baloney just showed up. But you know what I would like to have? I would like to have Stony Baloney in big letters on the screen. You know, like how an Xbox achievement would be unlocked. Maybe that's how it should be. Every time someone joins in, if it's like, I think we need to get the Xbox sound, the Xbox achievement sound. And then when someone joins in, there's the Xbox achievement sound. Hell, you know what? We should have, what? What do you mean we'd have to go through Instagram and for them to feel like that, Well, that would be really cool. I'm just telling you what would work. Every time someone joins in to the party and the discussion, they hear the whole achievement unlocked because now you're a part of the show. And that's what we want you to be. We want you to be a part of the show. Ash Bailey's a part of the show. Big M's a part of the show. Sam is a convicted felon. No, I'm not a convicted felon. No, absolutely not. No. I've just been reporting since Roswell. Now, a convicted felon is who the next president of the United States is going to be. Oh, my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite an interesting week. And here we are setting the standard, raising the bar, as we always do. Now, make sure you're following us all over social media. That's at Sam Newsman. Tell everybody that we are here live. Now, there will be a radio-only segment in just a few moments. Now, can I tell you about the radio-only segments? You need to go to WDCE.org or WDCE.net. Click on the live stream button, and it'll take you, I think, to Live 365. You can download the Live 365 app if you just want to. You want to do it that way. Just download the Live 365 app, search WDCE, and you'll be able to listen to the radio-only segments of the show. Now, can I say that again? There are only radio-only segments to this show. The reason why is because this is a radio show first. You just happen to see my beautiful puppet face thanks to the magic of media, social media, cameras, and all that jazz. But the reality is that this show is a radio show. Get in your car, go drive around, go find some action figures and toys. Just remember when you go and you drive around and you're looking for action figures and toys, so if you go to Walmart, if you go to Target, just make sure that you realize one thing, is that when you go to Walmart and you go to Target and you go looking for action figures and toys, is that your IQ will drop. It'll drop as soon as you pull into the parking lot. God, listen, I can't tell you how much it drops when you actually walk into the store. But just by driving into the parking lot and pulling in and saying, hey, I'm going to go in here, we're looking for some action figures. Listen, your IQ is already dropped at that point. And then you walk into the store and then you sit there and say, I'm going to go find this because you know what? It's all about the thrill of the hunt. I love the thrill of the hunt because hunting for action figures and toys is so cool. God bless America. I love the fact that I waste gas money just to go and get some action figures and toys. It is so cool. And you know what? Everyone is going to think that I'm so cool because I'm going to post my action figures online. And you know what? But here's the thing. If they only knew how hard I worked to get my action figures and all the gas that I spent all over the place just to get my action figures, they would know that I'm a real action figure collector and that's really what it's all about. No, listen, what it's all about is saving your gas money, just buying all that stuff on the internet. And then you know what you should do? Just burn it all in the backyard. Yeah, right. Because when the asteroid hits and they turn out the lights, the hell is your collection and action figures going to do for you? No, listen, I'm not trying. Listen, I love action figures and toys. I love action figures and toys. In fact, I encourage people to buy action figures and toys because nothing is more magical than a wind-up toy and a yo-yo. What? What do you mean Skeletor? What are you guys talking about back there? Skeletor? What is Skeletor? What? All right, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. Can I just educate you guys what's going on here for a few moments? I have my producers on the other side of the glass. Now you can't hear them, but I can. So I have a little bit of a monitor here in the ear, but I hear them. You guys don't hear them because if you guys did hear them, it would wreck the whole show. And you know what? That's what I'm not going to do is wreck the whole show just because all of a sudden, the producers over there have something to say. Can I just say how ridiculous it is that whenever a producer wants to just talk to begin with, it's like it has no benefit to the show. It's almost as it's almost as good as when you get somebody who calls in and they don't know what they're talking about. That's probably the worst. You know, the reason why we don't take calls anymore is because callers do not add anything to the show. You know who does add things to the show is people in the chat. I have Stiletto over here. I have Kurt Kenobi. I have Lone Dragon. I have Ash Bailey. I have Big M. I have Dead Man. It is Splatter Day. We are all toy mercs. Do you know about that? Do you know about Splatter Day? Just because Halloween is over doesn't mean that you cannot participate in Splatter Day. What are you doing? What are you doing? Tiny Plastic, once again, and some other people who are in Kenzo. God love Kenzo. Kenzo, when are we going to get together and do a Brave Star 3D printed piece that you paint? You know, Kenzo is one of the best painters in the whole daggone toy community. It's incredible. You know, he's got a whole mural that he painted on his wall of Grayskull. Do you have a mural of Grayskull on your wall? No. Of course you don't. No, and that's what's so amazing about it. God bless America. I love Saturday morning. You know, I love Saturday morning. I love toys. I love action figures. I love cartoons. And yes, I know that I'm a trusted media puppet. And we will get into election stuff at the top of the hour. But can we just say that the 10 o'clock hour is the 10 o'clock toy hour, the 10 o'clock tune hour, the 10 o'clock hour where we get to sit there for just a moment and soak in the nostalgia of Saturday morning. The nostalgia that you lived with. The nostalgia that really anchored your creativity. And then adults just told you to get rid of it. Grow up is what they said. Grow up. They said, grow up, forget your imagination, learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, even though they haven't taught that since the 1940s. No, you know what? Learn gender studies and emotional classes. And oh my gosh, absolutely ridiculous. Stiletto says 100%. Dead Man's giving me a clap over there. Is that a clap? What is that? Is that a stick of dynamite? I don't know what that is. Eat your Fruity Pebbles is what Sergeant Schultz says. Did you like Fruity Pebbles? I guess that's really you know what? You know, God bless Sergeant Schultz. All right, Sergeant Schultz. Love Sergeant Schultz. Sergeant Schultz, Star Wars Squawk Box. You know, they every couple of weeks, him and the Prophet Director, M3, a whole bunch of guys, they talk about different movies. So they're probably going to do another movie one here pretty soon. They just did Marvel. But Sergeant Schultz, he said, eat your Fruity Pebbles. Were you a Cocoa Pebbles fan or were you a Fruity Pebbles fan? Really, I guess the question is what is the best cereal to eat on Saturday mornings when you're watching cartoons? Stiletto says Captain Crunch. I don't know. Is it Captain Crunch? Sugar Smacks, I think, Mr. Would you call him Mr. O'Neill? Mr. O'Neill, legacy producer. Mr. O'Neill was a Sugar Smacks fan. I'm not sure. Mary Murr, if you're out there, Mary Murr is always first. Mary Murr, what is your favorite cereal on Saturday mornings when you were a kid? Don't say Bran Flakes because that's what you like now, or Cheerios. No. I'm talking about back in the day. Was it Lucky Charms? Was it Sugar Smacks? Was it Pops? Which one was it? Mary Murr. The Mary Murr's. So we'll get to that. I'm sure that Mary Murr's listening. And Mary Murr will tell us what she used to eat on Saturday mornings in terms of cereal. No, not Bran Flakes and Cheerios. No, I'm not sitting there knocking on Bran Flakes and Cheerios. Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, of course. I heard that sometimes when you eat Crunch Berries and the Captain Crunch Berries, that when you poop, it turns neon green. Is that true? Neon green poop when you eat Captain Crunch? I'm not really sure. Golden Grams is another one that I have. Ash Bailey says honeycombs. And yes, Lone Dragon says grape nuts. Grape nuts? Who the heck is eating grape nuts when in elementary school? I'm talking about when you're a kid, Lone Dragon. I love Lone Dragon. Man, love me some Lone Dragon. The grape nuts. You see, he's trolling. That's what it is. Well, it's because he shares your same birthday, Mr. Producer. You guys are in on this. You guys are totally in on this. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's a grape nut scam. It sounds like something right out of the Catholic Church. Okay, so here we go. So yes, sure. Let's see. Both Pebbles were definitely two of the best, is what Kenzo says. And that's true. One thing's the best is if you are paying attention to the show. At Sam Newsman all over social media. Action figure anime figure statue collector says Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops? Fruit Loops. Okay, Fruit Loops. But anyways, at Sam Newsman all over social media is where you're going to find me. At Sam Newsman all over social media is where you will find me. We have about 7 minutes or so of some jingles. Now, the professor sent me a few things, and I'm going to hold a few things back because we're just going to build this up over the course of the month. But he sent me a few things, and some of these things you guys will remember. I do know that you will remember them. And but one of the things that we want to do is we want to play these songs. Do you guys have it set up? No. Wait, there we go. Okay, did you guys get it now? All right. So we're gonna play a few Muppet songs because it is a Muppet Vimber. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk to Professor Deep Cut Dave. He's gonna talk to us about a few of these shows and cartoons and Muppets and puppets and well, just know that Deep Cut Dave, Professor Deep Cut Dave is going to come back and talk to us about what we play here in just a few moments. Mary Murr said that her favorite what? Raisin Bran? Are you an old soul, Mary Murr? How many times have you come here on this, this arcade cabinet known as Earth? If Bran Flakes were your favorite, Bran Flakes is what you eat now. But are you telling me that, Mary Murr, are you telling me that when you were a child, your favorite cereal was Raisin Bran? Well, if that's the case, you know what that means? Maybe you just have a higher IQ than all of us. A higher, because I tell you what right now, you're not going to catch Mary Murr walking into a Walmart or a Target. No. Oh, my God. Egg bread. Egg bread? There's no such thing as an egg bread cereal. Mary Murr. Of course, talking smack. All right, listen, it's 10:35. The professor's going to be with us. I got a few songs here I'm going to play. We're going to talk about Muppet Vimber. We're probably going to talk about some wrestling. We might talk about some action figures, some toys. Me and the professor. That's right, the most trusted puppet in media reporting since Roswell and the professor of nostalgia. The only person that I would submit myself to in this class, and that is Professor Deep Cut Dave, who's coming to be with us in just a few moments on the other side of the break. Now, that's a radio-only segment. You can only hear that segment on the radio. Do you get that? I will be back at around 11:11-ish here on the Sam Cams. But I'm just going to tell you right now, there was an election on Tuesday, and it's going to be all about politics. And I'm expecting several people probably to block me, to unfollow me, even though I, the most trusted puppet in media, do not even vote. And the reason why I don't vote is to keep that level of objectivity that is needed in a time of deception. Broadcasting live, setting the standard and raising the bar here on the only award-winning radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real media puppet from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam NewsMan, and this is Saturday morning.